Hi there Taurus, thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 1st of October. This week begins really in the sway of the full moon which occurred at the end of last week. If you didn't tune into last week's video, I'd just give you a brief synopsis, and that is that there can be some revelations this week, particularly linked to your work, and it's important that you're very precise in what you try to do this week. Don't be wishy-washy, someone may pull you up short. It's also true that your desire to escape from restrictions, psychological barriers, things that have stopped you moving on can also be quite strong. But there's an enormous amount of change going on this week. And for you, one of those changes is profoundly exciting. Because on Wednesday, Venus, your ruler, moves into the most joyous part of your horoscope. It's been working through an area which is brilliant for doing any decorative updates or buying furniture, or pottering around in the garden, or going for walks in the country in scenic places. But now it moves into a much more gregarious area. And of course, Venus, one of its attributes is about love. And in this area, love can really flourish, potentially over the next 28 days. And more than this, it is true that Venus does go opposite Neptune to begin with. Now, there is the potential to meet the love of your life. But of course, loves of our lives don't come along very often because they are the love of our lives. So the frequency of meeting someone amazing means that I'm very cautious about how I express planetary influences, even if they're good ones, because I don't want to be seen as being fatuous. But if you do meet someone at the heart of this week and you really click, it could turn out to be something quite sensational. But equally, you could meet somebody who really is quite illusory, a mystical, magical influence that can see you quite bewitched. But every time you try to reach out and touch the reality of this situation, it may be quite shifting. It may not be quite there. So there is twin potential along the poles of joy and despair around love at the heart of this week. And the potential for restriction is further ramped up because Mercury is going to be moving this week into your sector of relating. And it moves on Friday, followed on Saturday by the Sun. So, by Saturn, I beg your pardon. So when Saturn and Mercury are side by side, it's really going to concentrate your thinking when it comes to relationships. And if you're in a good one, this move of Venus and this combination of Mercury and Saturn can really help you to appreciate what you've got, to count your blessings. If, however, you're with someone that it's not great, this can be the start of the end of the beginning. That may sound rather harsh, but what Saturn is going to do for you over the next 2.5 years is make you much more profoundly aware of what relationships truly mean. That means becoming much more conscious of what you need, what you give, but also what other people need from you. It's not a one-way process. Modern life is very much about me. Relationships are about us. It's not always easy to combine two me's in an efficient and harmonious way. And Saturn is going to shake up things a little bit. So even if you've got friendships which are a bit one-sided, and you are more of the giver, you may be much less inclined to continue this role in the months and years ahead. But then Mars does move on Sunday towards the end of this week into a very, very deep, passionate part of your scope, which can arouse your desire to be very close and intimate with someone. And therefore, if you do meet someone this week and you really click, you can suddenly feel there's this magical romance, the ability to really communicate with someone who understands you, and you can fancy them really strongly too. So it could be amazing. But equally, you may find yourself squabbling with someone who doesn't respect you around money, or if there are difficulties around intimacy in a current relationship, Mars's move is going to highlight those too. So it's a very, very important week. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.